We're going to have a real stutterer in here. John the Stutterer is coming by.
How's he doing?
Well, I know he used to be on our show a lot, and I even gave him his own talk show. And then abruptly, he kind of turned on the whole show. He got very upset that I guess Ralph is paid more money than he gets paid.
Oh, dear. When did he get the list of salaries?
I don't know, but he heard that Ralph got paid, and he felt he should be paid. He should be at least paid as much as Ralph. I don't know that he's wrong. I don't know how all that works. But, you know, I just thought that John the Stutterer wanted a place where he could talk where I didn't interrupt him.
Right.
Because I got to keep the show moving. And that was my whole thought. I said, look, if you want to really have a say about things, why don't I just give you, like, if I had put him on the phone for an hour uninterrupted, he would have been fine. Instead, I said, why don't you just do it on a good microphone, and I won't be here to interrupt you. And then he wasn't fine. You know, he wanted to be paid a certain amount of money. I guess Tim only had so much money in the budget.
Right.
And I don't even know why we are paying Ralph to do a show.
I didn't know Ralph was being paid.
I didn't either. I wouldn't pay either one of them. Honestly. I think it's a good practice for Ralph if he wants to be on the radio to have a place he can go and talk.
Right.
But, so I don't know that I disagree with John the Stutterer. I guess I disagree only that Ralph shouldn't be paid just like him. And that's it.
So maybe Ralph's salary gets taken away.
Yeah. But whatever. You know, that's the one thing I'm going to say to John the Stutterer. So, okay, so Ralph gets paid. Now you're going to ruin it for him? You know, that ain't very manly.
Yeah, because it's not like John's going to get paid. The most
Right.
that can come out of this is Ralph won't get paid.
Right. Ralph will have his money taken away. You know. And so John has no more show here, and then John stopped calling into the show and stuff, and I was like, well, that's a shame. You know, I like John the Stutterer, and he listened because he was a fan.
Right.
You know, he was just a fan of the show, and he liked coming on and getting attention. And all of a sudden, he's just like, you know, now it's like all about the money and everything, and I was just like, dude.
It's like an illness with some of our people.
Yeah. I kind of give him a show. It's like Riley. I gave him a show because why not? I thought it would be funny. And I never even thought we'd have to pay him a dime. I thought he'd be able to go somewhere.
Yeah, I thought he'd appreciate it.
When I select someone to give him a show, it's basically I'm letting you have the audience for an hour uninterrupted where I don't interrupt you. And you can sell your dumb, you know, website and your trinkets and those little drawings he makes. And I thought, well, okay, he's getting something out of it and I'm getting something out of it. And that's the arrangement.
Somehow he didn't see it that way.
No, he started to see it as a job where we should be paying him a lot of money. And I was like, dude, your show's horrible. You're never going to make money in radio. And if I'm wrong, go prove it.
The great thing is that he always argues that he's making you a lot of money. He's bringing in listeners.
He's making me no money. If he's on the channels or not, it's irrelevant. Honestly, no offense, guys. I love when you're on the channels, and I love when you have an hour to talk to the audience, and I'm happy to do it for you, but I make no extra money from you being on. If all of you went away, I'd still make the same salary. So everyone gets it in their head that there's money to be made here. There isn't. Trust me. And then they get into, well, you make a lot of money, and I go, well, yeah, I do, but you don't. You're a caller, and instead of you calling in, I'm going to select you because you're one of the better callers and you're one of the more interesting callers. I'll allow you to get on the radio and have some fun. And if you don't want to do it, it's fine. Don't get all worked up.
Yeah, but you don't have to stop calling the show, the thing you used to do.
You used to love calling the show. That's what I'm going to say to John the Stutterer. But why would you take that away from yourself? You love it. And if you do, and by the way, I don't think I've suffered without John the Stutterer.
No, I hadn't really noticed that he wasn't calling.
Yeah. It's crazy. I've explained that to Riley 97 times, but he doesn't want to hear it. And he goes, well, that's it, man. You know, I'm going to quit. I go ahead. You're done. Well, I have a contract, certainly. I mean, you won't even pay a motherfucker for basic sustenance. And I'm like, well.
You're keeping him on welfare wages.
I'm like, well, then quit doing the radio show and get yourself a real job. Because this ain't a job. This is you calling in from home. In fact, he does it on an ISDN line. He might as well say, he is calling in from home. What's he doing? Oh. And here's an opportunity. He used to come on for free on my show and try to sell his trinkets.
Sure.
So I said, here's an hour to go sell your trinkets. Have fun. Holy smokes.
Yeah, every negotiation period, he's up in arms, he's striking, he's going to quit, he's going to take his show somewhere else. Somehow, though, he keeps winding up right back here.
I know.
All right. He's late, he's great, and he stutters. It's John the Stutterer. We're going to bring him in.
John.
Hi, how you doing?
Welcome back, man.
Well, thank you.
I missed you, sir.
Well, thank you. Same here.
Good seeing you again, man.
Well, thank you. Same here.
Tell him.
We keep going on and on with this charade, yeah?
No, I genuinely am.
Well, thank you.
You're one of my favorites.
Well,
right
thank
this
you.
way. So what have you been up to? What's new? What brings you back today?
Well, not much. What brings me back? Well, my initial, admittedly, my intention was completely out of self-interest. One day when I was out after I went for my normal checkup with my hot primary care physician, I met this guy, and he claimed that he could get me an appearance. So, to make a long story short, the appearance didn't come through as is usual in my life. Things don't transpire for the positive. So I figured that due to the fact that I promised Will that I would come on the show, I came anyway. So I'm here, I guess, in a one sense, to update people on why I'm here, and maybe I'll get to talk about my least favorite person, Ralph Snaggletooth Cirella, who gets preferential treatment, is my contention, and also maybe I will get to discuss that lying, rug-headed psycho Trump the Hump.
All right, so John's here.
Yeah, if you want to do some quick stuff on him. I mean, you got the gist of it from this morning from what he hates Ralph. He says he's been going to speech therapy, though. That's new, for like 1.5 years, but it's not doing anything for him. He still, when he has any extra money, he goes to a prostitute, but he won't have sex with them. It's only he'll perform oral on them, and they'll perform oral on him.
That is so weird.
He was pretty late, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was late.
He's half an hour late.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have much time for him.
Well, I mean, yeah.
How much time do you need? Does John not think you can get a venereal disease or an STD from going out on a woman?
I don't think he cares.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I don't give a
because why would you want to put your mouth where
I don't know.
hundreds of people have been?
What's worse than what he's got now?
Yeah, he's just like, I want to die.
His face could fall off.
Yeah, like I said, John the Stutterer is here. I don't understand his giving up his radio show. I never will. But we used to have a little radio show for him, but he got angry. Hey, John, good to see you. There he is, John the Stutterer.
Okay.
You know, I was saying to Robin this morning, I was trying to figure you out. And I know...
Where is Robin? She's no longer over there.
Robin doesn't like coming into work anymore. She occasionally shows up on an ISDN line.
Oh, okay.
No, Robin, what should I tell John the Stutterer? He wants an official statement from you. No Robin yet. She will be back. Okay. Maybe. There she is.
No.
Hey,
what
John.
is that noise?
Hi, Robin. I hope you feel better.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what that noise is. You hear that?
I hear some
Hold on.
air.
It's not your mic. It's not Fred's mic. It's not my mic. It's John the Stutterer's mic.
Oh.
I don't know why. Maybe it's just broken.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who cares? I'll
Wouldn't
just put up
John
with it.
get a broken mic?
Yeah, well.
Want to switch him?
All right, switch them out. Hold on. Here we go. Yeah, it was annoying the hell out of me.
Thanks.
Oh, much better. Beautiful. Glad I did that. You all right?
Yeah, it's just that I was in a rush to get here, and when I got off the train, I kind of jogged, and I'm sweaty. And
I know you're late. I only have a couple of minutes, so I want.
Well, I got the first train here.
Right.
And as usual, I feel horrible and I look horrible. So.
Oh,
Let's
stop
get
it.
to it. Why is he no longer?
Well, I know why. Let me help John out here for a second, but I want to work through this with him. You know, you used to have a radio show on here, and I thought for a guy who's pretty tortured in life, it was a fun thing for you. And the way I looked at it, and I know you were upset because you found out that Ralph was getting a salary for doing his show. But, you know, leaving Ralph out of it, and I can't explain to him.
I'm not leaving him out.
But I'll get to it.
He can't.
But, you know, for you, you're a guy who likes to call into the show. You love speaking to the listeners. The way I look at it is, these shows, I don't care if they're on or not, but for you, I thought it would be fun because you get to speak for an hour without being interrupted by me. You got your thoughts out. You're a caller anyway, so I figured, hey, let John have his hour to say whatever he wants. It's never going to be a money-making proposition. I can't explain to you why Ralph gets paid. I don't even know the answer to that.
Well,
but I don't pay Ralph either. Who cares?
Well, my main argument is this. My main argument, I suppose, if you say that you don't have control over it, I suppose I believe you. I suppose then.
I guess I could have control over it. I should look into it.
The man that I had for Ralph's salary.
I didn't arrange for Ralph's salary.
I suppose the man that I have the most argument with, then, of course, is Tim. In the great words of Riley Martin, cheap motherfucker Sabian.
Yeah, but let me say something about
and
Riley.
What I can't Ralph gets special preferential treatment as he always has.
Let me answer to you. First of all, to follow Riley is insanity. Riley is a maniac, and I'll tell you why. I said to Riley, I think Riley's one of the more interesting callers, as you are. But I said to Riley, look, you keep calling during my show. I can't take all these calls from you. If you want, I'll give you an hour. You can do whatever you want, and instead of calling in to me, you'll have direct access to the audience. You can speak for an hour. You want to sell all your trinkets, you want to sell your website, you want to sell your books, go ahead. Suddenly, he started to believe that he's the reason people are tuning into the channel. I said to him, Riley, if you don't like doing the show, it's like if you don't like calling into the show. Basically, he calls into the show. I said, if you don't like it, don't do it. I'm not. He thinks it's going to be a living and he's going to make money doing this. I said to him, no. I said, whether you're on the channel or not is irrelevant. It doesn't make me a dime. Well, it's the same with you. I did it because you liked it, and you have a miserable life. You live with your parents. You hate everything that's going on. You even, you know, you lick the assholes of prostitutes, which is going to give you a disease. I'm worried about you.
Howard.
I thought you would have been a great outlet for you.
Now, it may not transpire for Riley. He may not become a big celebrity like you.
Right.
But Ralph won't either. And that
I agree with you.
And that ugly, no talent, snaggletooth scumbag Ralph, he should not be getting. And my word to fat Tim is.
But Riley gets paid.
But Ralph should not be getting paid more than Jackie. Riley,
but Tim thinks she's more valuable.
The people on the intern show, he gets special preferential.
How do you know what he makes, by the
treatment.
way? I don't even know what he makes.
But I have heard that he gets paid more than everyone on 101 except for...
Well, should John Hein get more money than you guys? But John Hein is just one of the listeners I took and gave a show to.
Because John Hein... Because...
Why?
Yeah, but...
Why should John Hein get more?
Ralph... And Ralph and hardly anyone listens to Ralph's... To Ralph's...
But look what you did.
The geek time.
But listen to me.
And it is still on the air. Lots of people
listen to what you did.
To Riley and Jackie's show and the intern show and the Superfan.
But I don't care about any of them.
They should be very pissed off at Tim because Ralph gets paid more than those people.
So let me answer.
And if you take phone calls, these people will agree.
But let me ask you
Ronnie's show should still be on the air. You should put it as you did with JD. You should put Ralph's show in the hands of JD. You put Ronnie's show in the hands of JD, and Ronnie no longer has a show. Why don't you put Ralph's show in the hands of JD?
Okay, let's say you're right about
because
everything. Why don't you listen to me?
Special
he sounds like a
preferential
programmer.
treatment.
You stopped listening to me.
Yeah.
First of all, you're not the program director. You don't make those decisions. By your logic, I should have made the same money that Booker made on K-Rock. I don't agree. Now, look. It's not communism. It's the program director's decision. But look what you... Let's say I agree with you. I agree with you. Some people are better than others. But by your logic, John Hein... So John Hein shouldn't get any money, or Ralph should get any money.
Fans have come... When I go to, say, my doctor or something... Because that is the only
but let me finish my statement.
time that I go out and I see people. Fans come up to me and they don't even know when geek time is on.
All right, listen to me.
Nobody listened to it. But Tim,
let's assume
Ralph
you're
is a kiss ass and he loves her, and Tim is a kiss ass.
Let's assume,
and for some reason, everyone around here is afraid of Ralph.
I'm not afraid of Ralph.
Everyone loves Ralph's opinion. Why is everyone around here so afraid of Ralph?
Can I say something?
Ralph is a scumbag.
Can I say something? All right.
He's nothing.
Let's say someone around here thinks Ralph is talented. Let's just say.
But he's not.
All right. Let's say you're right.
Well, you know, there are lots of opinions about talent.
Right. But let's concentrate on you for a second. So what you've done is cut off your own nose to spite your face. So because you don't like Ralph...
I got paid $150 for that show. I should
have gotten paid anything.
More people listened to my show than fucking Ralph's show.
Why don't you listen and learn something? Maybe I know something. Maybe I'm wrong, but maybe I know something. My point is, you should have received $0. You were a phone caller who
And Ralph is too. He should get nothing.
Forget Ralph for a second. You're obsessing on Ralph.
Trump is a fucking psycho, rug-headed Trump the hump.
Where'd that
He's a wacko. And you're afraid to say anything about Trump.
I like Donald Trump, and I love his opinions.
He's a nut.
Whether he's a nut, I agree with Donald Trump on some things, and I disagree.
He's a nut.
And I'm not afraid of Donald Trump.
He's a nut.
Okay. You feel he's a nut.
He is a nut.
See, if you had your show, you could still think.
You mean if I disagree with you, I'm afraid? If I disagree with you about Ralph, I'm afraid of Ralph?
When Sarah Palin or Rick Santorum questions Obama's birth certificate, they're nuts. But when Trump the hump says it, he's not a nut.
Didn't I say that he's wrong about that, and it's silly to obsess on that it makes no sense and it ruins his credibility?
And Trump the hump called Santorum a nut. He's a nut too.
All right, listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me.
I hate Trump.
Okay, fair enough. John,
and he's questioning Obama's. Obama hasn't even raised taxes. Clinton's top tax rate was 40%. Obama hasn't even raised taxes. But to Trump, he golfs with Clinton. He loves Clinton, but he doesn't like Obama. And the reason for that is Clinton is white and Obama is black.
Okay, listen.
Well, John, this is why we gave you a show.
Yeah, but I should be getting paid more than Ralph.
Yeah, but
and Riley and Jackie should be getting paid more than Ralph. The intern should be getting paid more than Ralph.
These are your opinions. This is not.
And
you're not the program director.
Fat, cheap fuck.
Yeah, but you're not the program director. So let me get back to you. Forget everyone else. Forget me. Forget the channel. I'm talking about you. Just listen to my point.
Yeah.
My point is, you're a guy who sits at home. You love to have your opinions heard. On my show, I can't give you that much time. I can't. You know, I'm doing a whole show. So I say to you, hey, here's an hour show. Do with it whatever you want. Instead of calling in and getting interrupted, feel free to talk all you want, because I take that and do that for certain callers. So now what you've done is you've silenced yourself. And it's fine by me. I did it for you. I felt it was a great outlet for you. It gave you an opportunity to get out there. I feel you've been shunned. You've been an outcast. You live at home. You get depressed. And when you did
and
the
I'm
show...
a loser.
No, and when you did the
I'll
show...
never get a woman. I'm a... No,
but when you did the show, it makes you a winner.
My ship has sailed. My ship...
No, you're a
and
young
the only
guy.
way I would do it is if I get paid with that... With that
But you don't have to do
ugly,
it.
snaggle-toothed... low-life, disgusting scumbag Ralph Cirella gets
Well,
paid.
then, and now who suffers? Ralph doesn't care. You lose, he wins. He won again.
Time's still on the air.
He won again. You used to be able to get on the air and talk about what a scumbag Ralph is, and now you can't. So you've silenced yourself. You've taken away one of the few joys in your life.
I say,
and you lose.
Boycott Geek Time and boycott Trump. And boycott Tim Sabian because he's a prick.
How do you
Well,
boycott Tim
I don't
Sabian?
feel Tim Sabian is a prick. He's a friend of mine, and
Well,
he's a
he's a
hard-working
prick.
guy. He's not. And I disagree with you. And if that makes me afraid of Tim Sabian, then I'm afraid of him. I'm not afraid of anybody. But my point is, and I'll always be honest with you, that I feel you've hurt yourself over some misguided sort of, agenda.
And he comes in here and he's screaming a bunch of other people's names. Was he nominated to be their spokespeople?
I don't know. And Jackie's show is better than Ralph's show.
Well, I know
where are you
the way
getting this?
people feel about Ralph around here, but for some reason, everyone is so afraid
why do
to
you say
come out and say.
afraid?
Everyone seems to be so afraid of Ralph.
Tim
And
tells
they think
me.
that Ralph's opinions are so great.
Tim tells me. Well, that's the point. Tim thinks Ralph's onto something with his show.
But nobody listens to it.
You don't know that.
Oh, yes, I do.
How do you know
because
that? Do
people
you have the
come up to me
research?
and they don't even know about the show.
Tim has a way of knowing how many people are listening.
He's done his own independent
Yeah.
research.
But I don't even care. So let's say you win. I'll say to you, I'm going to take Ralph off the air. You're now off the air. I'll take Riley off the air. I'll take away these shows from you. Well, you want me to do
Took a
that?
Ronnie show off the air.
I did.
Ronnie's
It was terrible.
show should be.
I
no,
didn't think it
wasn't.
was good. That's your opinion, but these are my channels. Get your own channels, and you can make the decisions. And I chose you because I thought you had something to say, and it would have been fun to give you an hour. But I don't need to have you on the air,
Well,
John.
I don't want a show anyway.
Right. You're happy
I
with
just
that.
want to play in traffic
Well,
or jump in
stop
front of a train.
Is that why you don't wear rubber when you're with these prostitutes? And I know you don't fuck them.
No,
you eat
it's
them
not.
out.
No, that's not the reason. Because it's the only way I can
Get off.
to get a woman.
You see,
I can't get a woman without.
I feel
paying
if
for
you
it.
had the show and you had something going on, maybe a woman would have been in your future. Maybe you go on Ronnie's block party.
But I have been coming on this show since August 1999.
Right.
I have never had an opportunity to get a woman, or should I say, a good-looking woman.
Right.
You know, the type of women that
Do fat chicks reject you?
that stud over there gets.
Like you mean Benji?
Yeah.
Can you believe what he's up
Yeah.
to? You would love a girlfriend
man,
like
he's
that.
all right looking, you know.
Yeah, but he's not bitter and angry like you are.
But
That's
he's
the difference.
persistent.
But I don't come off that way.
You do.
No, I don't. At clubs, I don't. No.
You don't?
No.
The girls don't like him at first, John. See,
Oh, yeah.
when you get rejected, you walk away.
That's true. Benji will hang in there till he grows on a woman. That girl was disgusted by him. She hated him. She thought he was ugly and gross like the rest of us do, and he worked his magic on her. Right, Benji?
Yeah, but John, what you just said, I think, was a big mistake. You said at clubs, the girls don't respond to me like that.
The clubs are the worst. Can you pick up a girl at a club? I can't.
I can't talk at a club.
Me neither. It's the worst.
But I can't even get laid at swingers clubs.
I know. Well, that's pretty bad.
Oh, wow.
It is.
You're living at home still.
Well, yeah.
You're depressed.
I was. I had been for 12 years. I had my own apartment in Rittenhouse Square.
Right.
Yeah, but then my landlord raised my rent and
I ruined that.
yeah.
Well, it just seemed if you could have got more money from the show, maybe you could live in Rittenhouse Square.
Yeah. And one interesting side note, I also, as you may or not recall, one of the health problems I had was severe acid reflux, and last September I had surgery for that, and that's a lot better now.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm sad for you that you're so angry with Ralph that you've ruined your own radio show. I can be sad.
What? He's a prick.
Forget. I don't know why. You know what you're like? You're like a guy who has something good going on and then concentrates on what the other guy has, and you become consumed with it. Instead of saying, I'm happy with what I'm doing. You know, I'm enjoying doing the radio show. I now get an hour to express my views. It's something fun. It helps me to forget my miserable life. It even gives me contact with people. No, you're going to sit and concentrate on that Ralph.
Yeah, but
I don't spend a minute thinking about Ralph.
But when somebody
then ruin your own life. You're ruining. Ralph is not suffering from your boycott.
Your show. You don't miss your show. You don't miss doing your show. You don't miss what it provided for your life.
Because it induced so much anger in me that there were times at the end of the show I felt as though I was going to have a stroke.
Right. He get very
because I have
he gets so worked up.
I have high blood pressure and I take a medication for that.
Yes, Bill, you're on the air.
Hi, Howard. How are you?
Hi.
Hi, I just wanted to know, why does Stuttering John figure that everybody feels the same way that he does?
He's being a narcissist. He's saying, oh, I know what everyone likes. I know what everyone thinks.
Well, yeah, it seems like he's coming off as kind of ungrateful.
Yeah, well, I listen, if I'm John, I'm thinking, what makes me happy? Forget Ralph, forget Riley, forget Jackie, forget Rush Limbaugh, forget what, you know. I think John the Stutterer should make more money than Rush Limbaugh. So what? Who cares? I'm not going to sit there.
But when it comes right down to it, I don't even think he could physically do the show.
Yeah, well,
so
he does get upset.
About?
But listen, I feel bad that you're not feeling well about yourself, about living with your mom, and all this stuff. And I thought this was a nice outlet for you. That was my motivation.
Well, back to what Robin just said. My doctors, when I asked my doctor, who's hot, my primary care physician, I asked her, do I have to take the blood pressure medication the rest of my life? And she said, probably, yeah.
Right. Well, yeah,
you know,
you're excitable.
She advised me to avoid stressful situations.
Yeah, well, this is a stressful situation.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. All right, look, I mean, John, I love you.
Well, thank you, Howard.
I'm glad you stopped by today. I'm glad that you came in.
It's good to see you. You look good.
It is good to see you. And you do look good. I know you think you don't, but you do.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry you're not feeling good. And I do wish you would do this show because I thought it was good for you. But if you don't, I understand.
Well, if I can have a meeting with Cheapskate, and if we can work out a more reasonable arrangement, well, then maybe.
Hey, Howard.
Yes.
You know, I spoke to Tim. He didn't want to come in and talk numbers, but Ralph gets no preferential treatment and doesn't make anybody any more than anybody else, John. I think you've decided that, but it's not the case.
Yeah, well, John thinks he knows everyone's salary.
Right, he seems to know.
I don't even think I don't know what they pay Ralph, but according to what Gary's saying, it's pretty much on scale with everyone else.
One last thing, Howard. Why hasn't that phony phone call that Sal and Richard did a few years ago on Ralph, why hasn't that been played?
I don't know. Maybe it wasn't funny.
Well, it should be played.
Gary?
You don't know exactly what he's talking about, but if it's not being played, you're probably right. Maybe we just didn't like that. But there's lots
maybe Ralph didn't give his permission. That's possible, too.
That might be the one, Howard.
What?
I think you might be right. I don't think Ralph gave permission. I got to go listen to it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, John. No conspiracy here. I don't know where you get your facts and figures from on what Ralph's making, But I don't think you're right. But that's up to you. If you want to upset, you're obsessed with him.
If the great,
it's almost like you're in love with him.
Benji Bronk, if he would have stole booze from over there, he would have been fired.
I did steal it.
He did steal it.
No.
Oh, he's done plenty of things he should have been. I can point to every guy in here should be fired, but I don't fire anybody.
Okay.
All right. Well, anyway.
Hey, can I just, before you go, John, which call are you talking about? Is that the one where we use clips of you to call a guy named Ralph?
No. The great Sal and Richard would know. It was a few years ago when they called that asshole.
I'll work on it.
We'll work on it. All right. Ralph is on your mind. You know that song, You Are Always on My Mind? Ralph is always... I should write a song for you. Ralph is always on John's mind.
By the way, Howard, I thought it was great that you played a clip of the great Yes
with
doing the reworking of the Paul Simon song America. But Yes's version is so much better.
Yeah, I love it.
Expanded, yeah.
I love that song.
And Steve Howe is a great underrated guitar player. I think that with the exception of the great Hendrix, that Steve Howe is number 2.
Really? That's very bold.
Because
better than,
Steve Howe is a technical...
You're saying he's better than Eddie Van Halen?
Of course he is.
Wow.
Absolutely. There's Hendrix, there's Steve Howe, there's Clapton, Jeff Beck.
John, I wish we had more time. I got to take a break.
Fred. He knows.
Fred, that's
Where does Eddie Van Halen come on that list?
Fred is afraid of you. Finally, someone is afraid of you.
No. I love Fred.
I'd have to say Eddie's number 2.
I love Fred.
Eddie is number 2.
I love Fred.
All right.
How are you doing? Your health is okay?
Well, yeah. I'm going to Temple University for speech therapy.
Well, how's that working out?
Not well.
No change?
Nah.
1 minute.
What do they use? Like a behavioral thing where you feel sounds in your mouth, or
Yeah, stuff like that.
And interrupting?
And techniques and breathing techniques and all stuff like that.
And it doesn't work.
Nah, not so far. But we'll see how it goes on.
Nevertheless, today, much like
at
the very beginning.
At first, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't hear as much sort of hesitation.
And even now when you're talking,
30. So do you think you're doing something differently even here?
Well, I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
I think it might be working and you're not realizing because it's such a subtle, slow change.
Yeah.
Well, it's good seeing you.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, and I'll tell Ralph. I don't think you're right about Ralph's salary, but
You're not. You're really not.
You're not. I don't think.
I know. I happen to know that Tim doesn't have money to pay Ralph more than everybody else.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything.
Oh, then
But it is
I'm
funny,
wrong.
but
I'm wrong then, maybe. But I just brought it up.
I like that you think Ralph's a high-paid guy. That's really good.
My man, John.
Okay.
Are you going to heed Howard's advice? Did anything he said today hit home with you?
Anything hit home with me? Well, I still don't necessarily believe him about that scumbag Ralph. Any advice? No.
What about not concentrating on others, not comparing yourself to others, not getting yourself all worked up about things beyond your control?
Well, well, in this case, I don't really think it's appropriate because I think that there is a genuine injustice here. And as I just alluded to or said, I do believe that low-life prick Ralph does get special preferential treatment and has been getting special preferential treatment for as long as he has been Howard's friend and part of the show. And when there's an injustice such as that, such as him being treated better than others, it has to be brought to light.
Will this continue to affect you as far as coming down to the show and you know, giving your appearances, and basically will this keep you from the show, this belief that Ralph is getting preferential treatment and you're getting screwed?
Oh, no, it won't keep me from coming on the Stern show itself, but I probably will no longer do the straight talk show unless it can be demonstrated unless I can get more than what I was getting from Tim, and it could also be demonstrated that in the case that I do get more, that what I would get in that case, that it would be equal to what that scumbag Ralph gets.
You blew my mind, you know?
Well, when no one listens to Ralph's show, and he gets special preferential treatment.
I don't know what you're talking about. How does
he does.
How?
He does. He shouldn't be getting paid more.
How do you know what he gets paid?
Because I have my sources.
Really? Well, okay.
I do.
Wow, well, then your sources.
I
Well,
do.
let your sources.
Or should I say sources?
Well, that's good. That's
and
good.
The Ralph show sucks. And Riley should be getting paid more than Ralph. Jackie should be getting paid more than Ralph. The intern should be getting paid more than Ralph.
You should go up to HR and see if you can pitch my job then.
Yeah.
You know, I would love that.
Ralph's show sucks.
That's good. All right.
No, dude. You had no story when you went in there.
If it's not a story, that means you don't have a pace car and you're not driving it around town.
You put the thought in his head that I have some kind of a car.
Lieberman gets so worked up, but it's great.
It's the most moronic argument.
Oh my
and you're
God!
so passionate about it.
Lieberman goes like this. He goes.
Yes. Hello, Red Gypsy.
Oh, good morning, Howard and everybody.
Morning.
I was going to bring up a couple of things, although, you know, Eric just did that. I wanted to say one thing, that I was at AGT, and Ronnie was totally professional.
You know, this Ronnie, I got to tell you, he really is insane. I didn't hear the wrap-up. Gary played me a piece of the wrap-up show with Ronnie about this car, and I turned to Gary and said, I think Ronnie's losing it.
What happened?
Well, I mean, I don't even understand. So John Lieberman says, "Hey, Ronnie." The story was Ronnie got a new car. Ronnie blew up, and he's going nuts. And I mean, and he's arguing. There was an argument on the wrap-up show. It made no sense. You got to hear this. Did you hear the wrap-up show?
No.
All right, listen to this.
The story was you have a pace car that you're driving around town.
What I had. That was the problem.
That was the story, and that's what I went on the air with. I didn't have all the details.
You came to me, John. You came to me and said, I heard you got a new car. And you didn't say anything about pace car, schmace car. You said, I heard you were fishing.
Why does Ronnie care if someone says he got a new car? I don't even.
And so what if he's fishing? He has an objection to this whole thing.
And that's what we do. In other words, that's how you get paid. The way we make money is that John Lieberman is part of the Howard Stern show. Why, you are losing your marbles. Why would you be upset about the guy saying you have a new car? Who cares? And the reason he's in the hall asking you questions is he's making you a part of the show. He's making you famous. And then you go out and do Ronnie's block party and you make money and you get to meet fans. This is all you dreamt of when you were sitting in the car.
It's part of making you more compelling.
You're going crazy.
I've lost my mind.
I want you to listen to the playback.
I lost my mind.
I got a new car. You had no idea what the car was. You had no clue what it was.
I had from 3 different sources that it was a pace car.
Sources,
so I went on the air with it, and then you confirmed it. So what's the issue? What's the issue here? There's no issue.
The issue was I confirmed it myself later on. You had no story when you brought it up. You had no story, John.
Ronnie, you're almost like I can't get through to you. It's like you don't have a normal brain.
I have a normal brain.
Listen to me. When you report, I confirmed the story with 3 sources, and then with you yesterday by blowing me off, you confirmed it.
No, I didn't.
You said.
I said nothing.
What did you say?
I said to you, I don't know what you're talking about.
And then when I kept questioning you, you finally said, yes.
What did I say?
I have a car. We're playing the clip today on the news.
I didn't say what it was.
It corroborated what I had from 3 other sources.
For 20 years already.
So I went on the air with it because I was confident in the story. I had it from enough people.
No, you weren't confident because you didn't know what the car was.
It doesn't matter. I knew it was a pace car, and I knew you had it at home.
Dude, you didn't
Why
know
do
what
I
it
need to
looked
know
like.
the year?
You're coming in with having them bring in different pictures, different colors. You're telling me the car's orange. You're telling me the car's pink. You had no clue.
The structure of the story was true, and I stand behind it.
Well, good. You stand behind it. I think it was bullshit.
You don't. How is it? So it's not true?
It's true now.
Thank you.
I said it was
That's
true.
it.
I said it was true afterwards when Howard asked me. I said it was true, not to you.
Do you hear this argument?
What are you doing, Ron?
I don't know. And I was going to say to him yesterday, you got to calm down. You get upset about everything lately. And then he starts attacking me. He says, Howard likes his electronic devices. Yeah, I do. And if they ask me if I got a new one, I'll tell them. I don't listen. If John
there's a difference between walking around and you got a new phone,
right?
And there's a difference between driving around in a car that stands out a lot, and I don't need people knowing it's me. That's all. I don't need people bothering me.
You got a car that people will look at, and now you don't want them to know it's you?
To see it.
Yeah, they'll see it, but they don't have to know it's me. They don't have to know it's me.
Why buy a car that draws that much attention?
Oh, here he is. I don't want to deal with him.
There's John Lieberman.
I don't want to have to deal with him now.
You don't?
Why don't you hear?
I can't stand him.
Why?
I can't stand the man.
But Ronnie, he's part of the show. He's doing his job.
He's a shit reporter.
Is this on right?
Yeah.
You don't even know how to put a microphone on. It's on backwards, you idiot.
Oh, dear.
This is a different one than I normally use, Ronnie.
Boo-hoo. It's different than he normally
You
uses.
have become such... You're an ignoramus. You don't know what you're speaking about. You came up to me in the hall about 5 minutes ago. You say, I know who your sauce is. I know who your sauce is.
It's a source.
Yeah.
I said sauce.
You didn't
you
ask
say
Richie
sauce.
Wilson.
Oh, ask Richie Wilson.
What is the story with this car?
Play what I did to him yesterday, how I made him blow up.
What do you
Play
mean?
that.
What is that? This is it, no?
When I said he was a shit reporter, how he went ballistic.
Well, here, I mean, I'm in the middle of the Ronnie argument.
So what's the issue? You're confirming my story.
No, dude. You had no story when you went in there.
If it's not a story, that would mean you don't have a pace car and you're not driving it around town.
You put the thought in his head that I have some kind of a car.
I don't know. I don't know which part you're talking about.
Right towards the end.
I think that's all I have. They give me clips.
Oh, he went crazy.
I did not go crazy. What I was saying to you, Ronnie,
they were falling out of his head, dude.
I was making...
Listen, let me explain this to Ronnie. The reason we hired him...
I don't care.
...is because...
I don't care why you hired him.
Yeah, but you're working
I don't
here.
like him.
Yeah, you don't
have to like me.
I don't like you.
You don't have to like me, but you can politely say no comment. But you see, when your reaction is so out of bounds...
That's all I have to say?
Sure, you can say no comment
on any story you come to me with.
You know what? I just don't.
I don't like you.
So if it's about Ronnie's block party,
send Lisa.
Promoting.
Send Lisa to me. I love Lisa.
I will send Lisa. Fine. No more block party stories.
Okay.
And you know what is out of bounds? I've never attacked you in terms of your security job.
I was just fucking with you like everybody fucks with me.
I have never personally attacked you.
You work on the Stern Show. You work on the Stern Show. Take your fucking medicine like I do.
Are you kidding me, Mr. Hypocrite?
Take your medicine. I take it all the time.
Ronnie doesn't know what hypocrite means. You explain it.
No, I don't.
All right, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, I'm stupid.
Yeah.
But
I'm fucking stupid.
You attacking my reporting is ridiculous, and I'll give you an example.
There are a number because you sound like me now.
When I go up to Gary, and I ask him a question, he is forthright. I say, Gary, I heard...
Because all the stories you do on Gary are...
No, because
Gary's running for park recreation there. Gary...
Let me give you an example of a story I did yesterday that Gary didn't want reported. I say, Gary, I heard you were in a car accident. I had two sources. What happened? I had two sources telling me he was in an accident. And you know what Gary does?
How come you killed the story?
It was on the air yesterday on Howard 100 News. You don't listen?
No, I hate the news.
Oh, so you can criticize,
I don't
but
like,
you don't listen to what we do?
Stories. I don't like your stories.
Okay.
I only listen to Lisa's stories. And 𝗛𝗵cie. They're the greatest.
You know what?
Reporters.
When we
𝗛𝗵cie's awesome,
Scott DePace,
𝗛𝗵cie is the best reporter, man. He's even funny when he does his stories.
What about
even
Scott
DePace?
Yes.
When I confronted him yesterday about some allegations that I've been hearing.
I know what you're talking about. This TV camera was supposed to be covering him. He was having a meltdown about something, and he had the cameras turned off. He's instructed people not to shoot his picture.
There are a lot of things.
I got word about.
Don't shoot him when he's leaning back in his chair either.
And I will take this up with Scott off the air.
Hey, bring it up because, dude, there's no truth to that. Let's go. Howard.
Well, here are what my sources say.
My sources. Here he goes again.
I have multiple sources.
Oh, I know
around
you
here,
do, man.
and I protect them. That's why I get
pay
these
him,
stories.
Probably.
Yeah,
you
I
fucking
pay them.
Little informants. Little,
yeah, because I'm not spending my money on pace cars.
That you fucking run around chasing after.
Howard,
what'd you find out
going on?
You little fucking spies.
But can I say something to Ronnie? If you don't want to be noticed in your car, don't buy a pace car with writing all over it.
It's a collector's car, okay?
Yeah, but if you don't
Leave
want
me
to be
alone.
noticed, why?
I don't bother you with what you do. Why do you have to bother me with what I do? Why does that bother you so much?
I'm saying the logic there that you don't want to be on the news.
There's guys with 50 cars in their garage that collect cars. No, I have one.
I have no problem.
It's a crime. I know. I'm
you don't
sorry.
Want to ask John asking about your car because you don't want to be noticed. That's a car that you get noticed in. I'm sorry. I mean, you're going to be noticed in that car.
Dude, if they don't see me and they don't know it's me...
How are they not going to see you? There's glass in the fucking car. They can look in and see you.
And the glass is tinted, okay? Just like when you get in a car.
It's not that tinted.
Oh,
it
is.
See through the
no,
is it legal?
Oh, Jesus. Here we go.
What is that, Scott?
It's a convertible.
Oh, Gary.
Yeah, okay. Do I have to put the top down, Gary? Do I have to?
But you will.
Do I have to put the top down?
You don't care if people see you in that.
Oh, stop it now.
You're looking for attention. That's why you get a car like that.
Oh, please.
Okay, why have a convertible if you're not going to put the top down?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I had to get rid of my. I had a convertible once. I put the top down. A guy jumped in the car with me, and I said, perhaps I shouldn't have a convertible. But I said to myself, it's silly to have a convertible if I can't put the fucking top down.
So you got rid of it.
Of course.
Now he's saying he wants a car that gets attention, but he doesn't want the attention.
Yeah, he doesn't want attention. You better do a follow-up story on that.
Oh, we already got it. He already said that he'll refuse to tweet out any photos of the car.
Right.
And he wants to know who my source is so that he
I know who your source is.
You absolutely do not.
I ain't telling.
Who?
I know
Why
who
are
it
you
is.
not
I know
telling?
who it is.
Three. Name them.
I know who they are.
Name the three.
I know exactly
Name
who they are.
Name one of the three.
I know one of them for sure.
Who is it?
I'm not telling you.
Why?
I'm not going to rat your rats out. I won't rat.
What? Why won't you?
I'm not going to rat your rats out.
Who do you think?
You got rats all over the place.
Yes,
yeah, I know
do.
you do.
Yes, I do.
I know you do.
And they're watching you.
Yeah, good. Let them watch me. Who gives a shit? Let them watch me.
Nah, you give a shit.
Look at you.
I'm just looking at you.
I'm
I
looking
can't
at
believe
you.
I'm seeing a grown man upset over a pace car that got out on the air.
I don't like you. I told you that. I told you that in the hallway.
And I told you do not have to like me. You don't have to like me, but you can say no comment.
No
I've had
comment.
many other people not like me.
No comment, and I don't like you.
Isn't it okay to rat a rat out, though?
No.
And give your idea on who it might be?
No.
Why? Why are
absolutely
you
not.
protecting them?
Why should I?
You're protecting his source?
Because I'm not like that. I don't rat people out like he fucking rats people out.
I never rat people out.
Okay.
I never give up my sources on anything like this DePace thing. Let me tell you about this DePace thing.
Go ahead.
I have people running.
Everybody knows about that. The whole hallway knows about what
he's
went
got
down.
a report on that.
I
What
have
do you know
people
about it?
I'm not saying anything. It's
All right,
not
so
my.
let
It's
John
not my
say it,
business.
What we have
You know what,
confirmed
Ronnie?
is this.
You would make this show very successful.
Yeah. Ronnie, you don't understand. We need information so
Okay,
that
good.
we can have a show.
All right. Well, then let him do it. Let him be the rat
Well,
ass.
here we go.
Scott DePace,
Shit reporter.
according to multiple.
According to multiple sources.
Sorry, I heard the
Stinks.
shit reporter comment.
Stinks.
You're a terrific reporter. Don't listen to him.
Could I please get this
Yeah,
story
go ahead.
out before I really have to take action?
Oh, ooh. Is that a threat or a promise?
No, I'm talking to Howard.
Go ahead.
Excuse me.
Be my
Go
guest.
ahead.
multiple sources, Howard, say that Scott DePace has set rules in the Howard TV control room.
I heard
he
that.
must be notified when he's being shot by a camera because, in part, because he doesn't want any unflattering images of himself on the Howard TV behind the scenes.
Here's another guy
for example, when
who
he's
doesn't understand how we make a living.
For example, when he is sitting back in his chair.
Thanks, Scott, for taking the heat off.
He doesn't want those moments captured. And in fact, I have confirmed he shined a mag light in one of the cameramen's cameras because they were trying to get a shot of him yesterday.
Has everyone gone nuts around here?
And he called one of his producers.
How are we going to make a living?
You did call one of the producers back there unintelligent yesterday as well.
Is any of it true?
Wow.
Is any of that true? And I believe it is true.
Bits and pieces, but not for the reasons he's saying.
Go ahead.
So the first thing is,
yes,
I simply don't want a camera spying on me. I have no problem with a camera.
Me neither, asshole.
Well, none of us want a camera spying.
So all I requested was that they let me know when they're shooting and when I'm in the control room. I'm in the control room doing my thing.
Yeah, but something went down that would have been good on Howard TV.
No, not once. I simply said I want to know. Now listen. So no, let me explain to you.
John, what was the event that he boycotted?
Let's hear, Howard, with all due respect, let's hear what he says so that I can contradict it with facts.
On the life of my kids, I never told them they can't shoot me. Never once.
But the other day they couldn't shoot you.
They could too.
They have to inform you.
All I said is just let me know. So it went, a couple of segments went by when all of a sudden I look over my shoulder and there's a camera there and I'm like, hey, can you just let me know? So then apparently, so they were letting me know, but it wasn't loud enough. I wasn't hearing it. So I said, well, can you tap me on the shoulder or do something so that I know you're shooting me? And that was the whole controversy.
But I thought there was something going on that was of particular interest, and the guys were afraid to pick up the camera because they couldn't alert you during it because you were having a meltdown.
Yesterday, my switcher was melting down. I'm doing all this stuff, and you were yelling at me because there was shit in the monitor.
Right.
Rightfully.
Was that the incident?
No, there was another incident as well. During when
tell Lee to get in here.
When 𝗫cie, the woman with the large breasts, came in, and there was the jumping jacks incident back in Howard TV.
Right.
My sources tell me that Scott told them not to shoot it, and in fact yelled at Greg Carmel, the cameraman, for documenting the event when he was just doing his job.
That's a lie. That's libel.
Well, then let's get them in
to court.
Then let's get them in
Whoever
here.
That person is.
I have
a flat-out lie. The only reason I did it was because there was a camera.
Are
there.
you censoring what is being shot of yourself?
Never once. No.
You're not censoring.
Can I ask a question? I got a question.
Not that I'm aware of.
Scott, if you get into an argument with somebody, somebody doesn't have time to tap you on the shoulder, but it's interesting. Will they get in trouble if they shoot?
No, I'm talking about that is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when I'm doing my job and over my shoulder there happens to be a camera there, and not when I'm arguing with someone. That's of course fair game.
Nobody shoot it yesterday when you were having this huge argument in the hallway, and Jason went out, and everybody was afraid to shoot it because they were told they can't shoot you.
What is this?
All right,
this
listen
is a
to
bunch
me.
of bullshit.
Listen to me. Yes, Doug, what do you want to say?
Bring one of these people in here. Is this one of them?
That's one of them.
No. I'm actually going to defend Scott.
Listen, let me say something. Never mind your defense. Here's what I'm going to say.
Well, I'll tell you what
I got to cut through the bullshit.
He's not interested in that.
Everyone, cut the bullshit. None of you are superstars. I am a superstar. You are not. The reason people know your name is because of me. Why do they know your name? Because we make everyone part of the show. You don't pick and choose what you can be part of. Get the cameras on and let's go, baby.
Can I just tell you what happened? Jason saw this fight, part 2. Now, I don't know why John, the great reporter, is not reporting that he has this all on. He was in there with the microphone. They had part 1. It was all on camera. It was all on. He recorded it. So they picked it up in the hallway after the show, and I guess there just wasn't a camera around.
Why don't I have the tape this morning?
I don't know.
In other words, if it were anybody else, you'd be, Gary, you're not going to believe this. Jason and John Hein had a huge fight. Here's the audio.
Good point. Why is it not being
we
shown?
can. I think you're going to be bored. Is
there an edict, Doug?
Why didn't you do this?
Is there an edict? I did the story yesterday on Howard 100 News with Lee versus Scott.
So,
but is there an edict that Scott cannot be shot in unflattering positions when he's leaning back in his chair?
No.
Well, I don't think I want to be shown that way, and if I knew a camera was on me, I probably would straighten up. Of course, I'm not an idiot.
And that's the point here. The point, what Gary is saying is, Cameras can shoot Gary ad nauseum, but you are putting rules on what cameras can show.
Well, if that's true, then tell Gary to turn that camera on 24/7. I want to see what he's doing in his office.
It's on all the time during the show.
No, it's not. He hits a button and it goes on for 10 seconds.
After you fucked me last year. Every day I'm here.
All right.
Lieberman, you got this one wrong, pal.
I did not get this one wrong. I totally stand by this.
All right, as long as it's straightened out now.
Yeah, sort of.
Everybody's a superstar right here. Ronnie doesn't want to be asked questions.
They're all going no access.
No access. No access. We won't have a show anymore.
Never said it.
Lieberman, good job.
Thank you.
Bullshit.
Good job. Bullshit.
No comment. Scott.
Well, I got King of All Blacks wants to comment. Thank you, Red Gypsy. King of All Blacks, yes.
Yeah, Ronnie, and a couple of other people up there, they want to be you,
right?
But without the criticism,
right?
They just want to chill and be a superstar, but they want to be you, like, because it seems like you don't get any criticism from people,
right?
So they want to be like you, and,
right?
And what's going to happen eventually is they're going to grow a hatred to you,
right? King's on track with this.
Yeah, you know I'm always on track.
Not always, but this time you are.
Yeah, I was like, boy, he's making sense.
Yeah, I mean, look at this guy. All of a sudden, he's making sense.
How's my phone sound?
The phone
Not
is
that great.
It's not great. I don't know why, but thank you, King. All right, Mark, you have the last word on this, and then I really do have to take a break. And then we'll do a nude workout and a lot of other things, Robin. If you can undress during the commercial.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, smart.
Everybody else, too.
Yeah. Not just you. Oh, what is it, Mark?
I love you, Howard. I got to say, Ronnie seems to be a bit insecure. I think he realizes he might be in over his head, and he's pedaling desperately to try to keep his head above water. That might be why he's so offensive every time he thinks someone's attacking him.
Yeah, he goes on the offense. You're right. I mean, guy says to me, "Did you get a new car?" He's like, "I didn't get a new car. Fuck you, you asshole."
Yeah,
I mean, but the
you
cursing.
could brag about that, wouldn't you? I mean, shouldn't that give him bragging rights?
Sure, why not? Listen, Ronnie says Howard has his things. He likes new electronics. If Lieberman says you get a new phone, yeah, I got a new phone.
Hey, Howard.
And he talks about it.
I can almost understand why DePace would be kind of ticked off. He just doesn't, he doesn't want unflattering pictures of himself taken. I don't think that's right that he makes that edict, but that's his edict.
Yeah, he certainly takes unflattering pictures of us.
I don't understand the Ronnie thing even for a second.
Yeah, no.
I mean, Ronnie wants to be a judge on the intern beauty pageant. Ronnie wants to come in here and help out with 𝗪cie and the bathing suits. But the other part of that is also allowing yourself to be exposed in other ways.
Absolutely.
I don't get it.
Well, the best is I bought a car that everyone will look at, and I don't want them looking at me.
Yeah, he doesn't want attention.
So either he's crazy or he's retarded.
He's got to calm down a little, and you know what it is. He's getting very big with his Ronnie Block party.
I think he needs some psychotherapy.
That's the problem. You're getting a little. You got the Ronnie Block party.
Right, Fred.
What?
I'm crazy. I told you that.
I'm just really trying to understand this, Ronnie. I don't understand like the venom towards Lieberman. I mean, Lieberman's just doing
Fuck
his
Lieberman.
job. Why?
He's a shyster reporter. I don't like him.
He's a what?
Shyster.
A shyster.
A shyster's
I don't
a
like
lawyer.
him.
You know what a shyster is?
Yeah, I know what a shyster.
What is a shyster?
Never mind.
All right, that's right.
I don't know. Whatever.
Listen.
But you're funny too.
Calm down.
No, I don't. What am I doing? I'm not doing anything.
That's right. You do nothing.
I'm not doing.
So be happy. You got to go.
Yeah, here we go.
Well, I just agreed with you.
Here we go.
I agreed with you.
Nothing.
You said I don't do anything. I go. I agree.
You're right. You're right. I do nothing.
Wait, I agree with you.
I do nothing. You're right. Why do you have me? If I do nothing, you're right.
If I agree with you,
I'm part of the wallpaper.
No, you're right.
I'm fucking crazy. I told you that.
Didn't you have Lieberman to your house for a barbecue? Didn't you have Lieberman to your house for a barbecue?
Yeah, because I like his girlfriend. I can't stand him.
Oh. What, John?
No.
Didn't he have you to a barbecue?
And his nice son. He has a nice son.
Yeah.
But he's a douchebag. I'm sorry.
You like his girlfriend and his son.
Okay, let me tell you something. Jim McClure just sent me an interesting email, and this should put this to rest.
Look at you.
You told everybody at the barbecue.
Look how angry you are.
You told everybody at the barbecue that you had, which I attended.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That about the pace car. So it can't be a secret. You wanted it known. I didn't hear it there, but you wanted it known.
No, I told friends of mine what I was doing.
Oh, you know when you tell people that it's going to get... You're not my friend either.
Good.
And by calling on me to be fired yesterday, that is extremely disrespectful.
Look, yeah, that's the part you missed on the wrap-up show.
Because I would never question you in your capacity. I would never say, Howard,
Dude,
I think this guy should be fired.
I was tweaking your buttons just like everybody else does to me. And you didn't like it at all.
And
you went off the deep end when I said that to you.
And
you went
is a
off
man.
the deep end.
I will give this to
Ronnie,
DePace.
you went over the line. He never criticizes your job.
Never.
Oh, I was screwing around with him like everybody does to me.
You
Okay.
went over the line.
All right. Yeah, I go over.
I don't make personal attacks.
I go over the line.
You said he's not competent.
I go over the line.
You said he was incompetent.
Look. At least Scott DePace stood...
Yes, sir, General!
At least Scott DePace stood there. Listen to me. At least Scott DePace stood there just now and answered my questions,
Good for him.
admitting that he has put rules on when the camera can shoot him. He must be alerted.
You're Jewish.
You just told me...
Dude, you're Jewish. What are you talking with your hands for? Jewish people don't talk with their hands.
Scott, you just told me...
Italians do, like me.
Scott,
what's wrong with you?
Scott, you just told me that you alerted everybody that you have to be told when you are being shot.
Where's your black dick, man? Let me see it.
Yes, that's true.
Thank you. Howard, did you hear that?
Yes, listen, you don't have to justify this to me.
You're so upset.
I am not upset at all, but I don't like... I do not like when my professionalism and my profession is questioned. I know how to be a reporter, and I am not here to explain to you. I am not here to explain to you the fundamentals of journalism.
All right.
You're going to blow an eye vessel like me, man. Look out.
But now you pissed off John.
Wow. I'm done.
Did he just throw down the
Yeah. It's getting crazy.
Everybody around here is nuts.
Mark, go ahead, because I got to take a break.
I feel for you, Ronnie. It really sucks when it feels like people are teaming up on you. But, hey, you got people out there that are supporting you. I'm not sure where they are, but they're out there, okay?
Teaming up on him. They asked him if he got a new car.
Yeah. I don't know quite what to say about it. Maybe he's self-hating and projecting it on others. I can't quite...
I mean, what kind of question is that to blow up over?
Don't you want to know about Ronnie's new car?
Yeah, but he certainly doesn't want me to. That's why.
But he's driving around in a pace car. I mean, he's not in the Indy 500.
That's like waving a flag.
I mean, that's like me going out in my fart man costume saying, "Please don't comment on what I'm wearing."
It's like skywriting and saying, "Please don't read the note."
Right. I mean, what is that?
It's like a woman walking out with Band-Aids on her nipples.
I'm going to walk out of my house.
Tits.
I'm going to walk out of my house naked and then say, "Please don't comment on it." I mean, what is that? Yeah, Matt, go ahead.
Yeah, if Ronnie can't handle jokes about his pace car, how's he going to handle all the jokes after Richard blows him? Because even if Ronnie takes the joke, he's going to get jokes about it for the rest of his life.
All right, thank you, Matt. You had the last word on that.
I'm telling you, we're getting into a weird area with those two in a funny way. So it's out there. So Ronnie's doing this weird move where Ronnie's just leaning against the wall, and Ronnie's at the far wall, and Lieberman's over here by the green room, and they're just yelling at each other. And Ronnie's like the guy in the movie, like the gangster, like flipping the coin. He goes, "You're a shit reporter." And for some, I don't know why, but Lieberman goes, "Fuck you! I'm not a shit reporter." I'm telling you, it's getting weird.
Oh my God. Do they know that?
It's completely repetitive, by the way. Like you could go out there an hour, and the conversation will have not changed at all.
Started up again. It's like that Star Trek.
But Ronnie has figured. But here's the funny thing. Ronnie has figured out if he calls him a shit reporter, it gets under his skin. Right. But Ronnie can't. We talked about this on Rapid News. Ronnie doesn't understand how you rile him up to get under his skin. He doesn't. No, he doesn't like me. I go, but you don't really not like Lieberman. You're just fucking with him. He goes, I know. It's very interesting.
John, why did you finally crack with this Ronnie nonsense? What pushed you over the edge today?
Calling me a shit reporter.
I only speak the truth.
But you're typically able to separate the two. You're typically...
I am, but you know what, Greg? I am able to separate the two, but I don't like to be called a shit reporter in front of millions of listeners and viewers of Howard TV. I mean, nobody likes their professionalism questioned, and that was the point. I've never once questioned Ronnie's professionalism. I've never once said Ronnie's a bad security guard, or Ronnie isn't good at his job, or Ronnie isn't good in this way. I was simply reporting a story, which, Greg, I want to point out, turned out to be true. The story I reported was true. He has a pace car. That is the bottom line here. And Ronnie trying to tell me how to be a reporter is completely and utterly ridiculous. And then suggesting that I should be fired goes too far. It just goes too far.
What do you think this speaks to? I mean, why would Ronnie take these roads? Why would he go down these avenues?
Because... Fuck. Because when you have no defense and you're backed into a corner, you scratch and claw your way out. And that's
I'm always watching you.
Exactly. But this Ronnie thing is not going to end, because the reality is, when you break it down, he knows how to push my buttons and I know how to push his. This may go on forever.
Just remember, I'm here behind you, man. I'm always around.
Watch those cupcakes. He's putting on a few pounds with the cupcakes.
He's worried about me watching cupcakes. You should watch the TV screen, man.
Is it safe to say that the honeymoon is over? That your, that your little golden era that you enjoyed
my
the first
1 year,
year?
you know, this week marks my 1 year. I think the honeymoon, or maybe it was, it marks my 1 year, so my honeymoon's over. But, you know, at the end of the day, we'll just have to see what happens moving forward.
Keep up the good work, John. It's a sign of your solid reporting that you've started to crack some of the team members around here.
Thank you, Greg. You're next.
Sucks.
Ronnie.
Yeah.
You get a special kind of kick out of when you get a rise out of John Lieberman or any of the news reporters.
You know, everybody's got their guy they pounds on around here. I'm one of the guys that gets pounded on by everybody. So you know what? I like giving it back now. I like it, man. I'm pounding.
No more punching bag.
I'm pounding, man.
You're doing the punching.
I found my punching bag.
And that
I know how to get to him. I know how to get to him, man. Could you close that door, please?
Why did this story
in
particular get to you? I mean, there have been far worse things reported about you than having a pace car.
I just want to be left alone. Leave me alone when it comes to that.
But don't you
think... want people following you around the fucking street?
Well, of course not. But don't you think...
I mean, I don't mind. I like people. I like doing the comedy shows. I like going out there and seeing everybody. But I don't need them following me around in my car. Do you get my point on that?
Do you not like
John... Do you get my point on that?
I thought that was a rhetorical question.
Do you get my point?
Yes.
That's all I'm asking.
Yes.
Do you get my point?
Yes.
When I... Never mind. You're like the rest of them.
But why did this story in particular really set you up? There have been far worse things.
I just told you. What don't you understand about that?
I guess I didn't get your point.
What don't you understand about that?
Yeah, I guess I didn't get it.
I guess not. Have a lovely day, please.
All right, Robin, let's hear from John Hein. John Hein, what's on the wrap-up show right now?
Scott DePace denies that he must be notified when he's being shot on camera.
Yeah, everyone's got rules all of a sudden, but we're going to clear all that up.
Edict in these parts.
Just keep the... I am the boss around here. Keep a camera on him. That's it. No more rules with it. Everyone has special rules. Tim all of a sudden goes, don't tweet this, don't put this on. This one, Doug Goodstein has the rules. Everyone's got rules around here. This is how we make a living. If you don't like it, you should work somewhere else.
So can we put a camera on you when you don't realize it's there?
There's a camera on me all the time.
No, but when you don't...
When I'm doing the show. During the show hours, there's a camera on me all the time. That's it. Wait, what do you...
I never once said it can't be. I just want to know when it is.
It's on you now. It's on you all the time. Now you know. So how can you not know? It's on you all the time.
So, all right, and...
Now you know.
That goes for everyone, right? I could just walk up behind him with a camera. Anyone here?
Sure.
At any time I want. That's what we do all day.
What do you think we're doing? What do you think's in the halls with Howard TV? You work for Howard TV.
There's a light on and you know that it's there. This is totally hidden.
What? Hidden? Get out of here.
Scott, when there's a
what
camera,
show do you work
the
for?
The studio is not lit, so whenever there's a camera on, it should be a light on. No, that's where you're wrong, Gary, because I can't...
You don't see it as a camera?
I can't see the monitor.
All right, listen to me, Scott. I'm going to explain it again. It's so simple. There's a camera on you all the time. Now you know.
I I installed my own camera for that. I don't want a camera sneaking up behind me.
Hold on.
Well, we work on the Howard Stern show. We have cameras on. You work for Howard TV.
The director, not a...
The direct. You ever watch the Academy Awards? They got a fucking camera on them.
I'm the producer, and Lieberman's... I'm the producer. Lieberman's a news guy. Lisa's a news person. Fred does everything, and we all participate in the show.
And Scott, if you do that, that means everyone else does that, and then we don't have a show. And Howard TV doesn't have a channel, and you got to go find a new job.
Why are you different?
Put the camera on Gary full time then? I want the camera on full time.
But we're not saying put it on you full time. We're saying when something interesting is happening, like in the hallway when two people fight, there's no light.
You know what? He clearly doesn't understand how he's paid.
No, both of you guys don't understand. I fully understand. I've never once said no.
Scott, the camera is on you during the show. That's it.
Here's what it really is about.
At any time.
I want to see. How do I know if Gary's doing
It's
something
on all the time.
Can Gary's be on all the time?
Why is it about me? It's about you.
We have a camera in the hallway. They run around with it all the
Gary.
Here's what this is about, Howard. I'm going to tell you right now. This is what it's about, which is the stupidest thing. Sometimes when it gets late in the show, Scott slouches in his chair.
Right.
You're like way down low, like almost like he looks like he's falling asleep. And he does not want to be shot like that. And he's told people, don't shoot me like that.
Shoot him slouching in his chair. I want to know when he's slouching in his chair.
That is not what
And the camera is now on, and it will be turned off.
And you have it wrong.
The camera is now on. In fact, if you look behind you, there's a cameraman. Take a look behind you. There he is. There's the cameraman. His name is Jason.
Oh, it's a big fat guy.
Yeah.
Give me your best.
The camera's now on, and it's going to be turned off in 2015 when there's no Howard TV and there's no more Howard Stern show, and then everyone will go get a new job where there's no camera.
Okay, I swear to God.
Don't slouch in your chair.
I'm sneaking up behind everyone with a camera. I'm going to find stuff.
Good.
I'm going to see
Go ahead.
doing stuff.
Good. I can't wait to see it.
Howard TV fans will love it.
Yeah, you're going to get a lot of tape.
Thank you.
Gee whiz, he doesn't know the camera's on?
Scott, real quick. What's Howard not understanding about your...
Oh my God, fucking everything. Everything he gets wrong. It's unbelievable at this point. He doesn't understand that, you know, this is a 5-hour show. And to have a camera sneak up behind you, I'm not into. And you know what I'll do? To punish him, I'm going to clam up. And they're going to get nothing out of me. How about that?
Well, explain what you're doing. I mean, right here, you're having to pay attention to monitors. You're not able to know what you're trying to say is you're not able to see.
You're helping me out.
You don't have the visual cue of a light coming up behind you because that light would impede you from doing your job.
Right.
Just like if my light or Rob's light impeded one of them from doing their job, they require us to turn it off.
Yeah. Like if I did this to you, you couldn't shoot me.
Could potentially ruin my lens.
So, yeah, it's a sneaky thing. It's basically having a hidden camera on me all the time. So I don't understand why it's different with Gary. Why can't he have a camera on him all the time? And let me see if something is interesting or not. So, what do you believe? I don't get it.
Did Roseanne lay down any rules? Was there anything to not speak about? And why does she put herself in that position where, I mean, she pretty much knows going in it's going to be a boatload of fat jokes and stuff. Like, I would guess, somebody said yesterday, would Howard put any controls on it? And I said, yeah, you probably would. I didn't say this on the air, but in my mind, you wouldn't want anybody to talk about your ex-wife. You want anybody to talk about your kid.
Right, right.
So why is, like, there's a mindset, like Roseanne's saying, the gloves are off, man. Fucking hit me wherever you want. And I don't know why
you would put yourself
through,
like, what is the...
See, the other thing, too, is, here's the thing. You're in a better position. I think there's a part of Roseanne that does it because there's a need
to be in the limelight,
or to be, whether it's promoting a show that's coming up. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to be there. I think everyone who does it needs to be there for a reason. I think there's a psychological mindset there that's a little weird that you should explore.
Okay.
Roseanne's supposed to call in just a minute or two.
Yeah?
Yeah, you know, they had this roast for Roseanne. I compiled a bunch of articles. These are some of the jokes. A guy named Anthony Jeselnik said, Roseanne, what does it say about you that when you accused your father of incest, there was an outpouring of sympathy for your father? That's pretty good. Amy Schumer said of Roseanne, I was surprised you were running for president. I just think a lot of people just couldn't even picture you, like, running. I thought that was good.
Yeah.
Seth Green said, the thing with Roseanne is she has enough money not to work, but she still does a TV show every few years to punish the rest of us. You've even had 2 reality shows, which is a lot for someone who is completely out of touch with reality.
Good.
Yeah. Katie Segal said, it's great to see Roseanne back in the spotlight. Technically, it's 2 spotlights, but you get the idea. A lot of fat jokes, you know.
Right.
Jeff Ross said, folks, in case you don't know where Hawaii is, it's just off the coast of Roseanne. And then he says to Roseanne, it means you're fat. You want to hear a few more of these?
Sure.
All right, Wayne Brady said, Roseanne, it's been said that you stole Sam Kinnison's style. You're fat, loud, and you died in the 90s. That's good. But, Roseanne, you had to overcome a lot to make it in Hollywood, and that's why I love you. Bad marriages, mental illness, plus you look like Roseanne.
Oh.
You're oversized, beat up, and you reek of marijuana. You're kind of like Willie Nelson's tour bus, except people still want to ride that. I think that's real strong. Carrie Fisher said, you're a follower of the Kabbalah. How embarrassing for you, which is a form of Jewish mysticism. You know what else would be a form of Jewish mysticism? Hollywood giving you another show. Let's see what else. Gilbert Gottfried, tonight it's our chance to end the reign of Rozilla forever. Evidently, he kept referring to her as Rozilla.
Rozilla.
Everyone grab your torches and lead her to the pit. She'll think it's a barbecue. Rozilla.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's see. What did Tom Arnold say here? A lot of these we heard already. I had Rosie's face tattooed on my chest. Believe me, it's hard for a woman to have sex with you when Roseanne is staring at her. Yeah. It's even harder to masturbate. Rosie, this is true. Had I loved Tom Arnold tattooed... Oh, I said, Rose... I don't know, this is weirdly written, but he had I love Tom Arnold tattooed... She had Tom Arnold... I don't know what this is. Rosie had I love Tom Arnold tattooed on her hip, which made me the 4th largest property owner in California.
Oh.
I knew there was a good joke in there somewhere. Rosie, there's no reason to be jealous of my wife, Ashley. She's tall and thin and wasn't even born when we were married. Plus... I've learned from your biggest mistake. I made her sign a prenup. I thought that was pretty good. To Roseanne's boyfriend, I want to say to you, man, no matter what, you've got to stick with this woman. She may not be the perfect wife, but trust me, she's the worst ex-wife on the planet. Literally. You do not want to be the guy on the couch with your date and hear how small your penis is on Saturday Night Live. And then The View, and then CNN, and then Al Jazeera. She holds a grudge. Recently, Roseanne got in trouble for wishing cancer on a Chick-fil-A customer. But you guys can all relax. If she had the power to wish cancer on anyone, I would have been dead in 94. All right. Not so good?
Well,
anyway.
Maybe it was his delivery.
Maybe he had a better delivery than I did. Oh, wait, Roseanne's on the phone.
Oh, good.
Hey, Roseanne. Roseanne?
Yeah, hi, Howard.
You okay, baby?
Oh, God, it's early.
I know. I'm so sorry.
Where are you? You still out in Los Angeles?
LA. It's like 5:30. Hey, can you swear on this show?
Yes.
Oh, fucking great.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want here. There's complete freedom of speech. Roseanne, why would anyone, especially a woman in your position, why would you put yourself through a roast? Seriously, from a psychological point of view, I mean, it's endless fat jokes. Like, I was even thinking about it for myself. Like, if someone said to me they want to roast me, I don't think I'd want to put myself through it.
Why? It's fun.
Is it, though? I mean...
Well, it is. I mean, I'd say that over the whole... It took about 3 hours to film it, you know.
Right.
But, you know, when it was up and running, there's some damn good jokes, man. You know, it's good to laugh at yourself. It's, you know, it's kind of a test to see how sound you are mentally and spiritually and everything else, like a warrior thing. And I knew I could do it. And, you know,
could you really... But Roseanne, did you lay down rules? Like, I think if I had to be roasted... I think I would lay down some rules. I would say, look, I don't want you talking about my kids. I don't want you talking about, I wouldn't even want them talking about my ex-wife. I wouldn't want, you know what I'm saying?
I do, and I did. Yeah, I asked them, you know, not to make jokes about certain things about me, and I asked them to make sure that they didn't, you know, do the, you know, the stuff the kind of jokes they like to tell about any woman. I told them to class it up, bring it up to first grade, guys.
All right. When you say you laid down rules, what did you specifically say to lay off?
Well, don't talk about women's body parts and their smell and all that friggin' ridiculous kind of snake-like joke that a lot of guys think is funny, you know, and it's not, because there were a lot of women up there. So I just asked them to class it up, and you know they did. They did a great job.
Because then it's too easy. You like when like sometimes
no easy. Yeah, well, don't talk about no shit jokes. You know, when I did Roseanne, that was my rule. You're not getting one shit joke in there.
Or like your pussy smells, or this kind of thing, like where they just take a woman's private parts and just rip them apart, so to speak.
Yeah, because there's other things you can make fun of a person for besides their asshole.
Right, and when a guy said, when someone gets up there and says, oh, you know, Roseanne was molested as a child, which is something that caused you a lot of pain, and Roseanne was molested as a child, and I feel so bad for her father, you know, that kind of thing, that didn't sting a little bit?
Actually, you know, I told him don't do, if you're going to do any jokes like that, you know, don't have it be like like Sandusky would laugh.
Right. Like where a guy would think, oh yeah, it's okay to molest someone.
Yeah, but the one that, you know, they did, I guess they're going to take it out. They've been real nice to me, and, you know, of course I wouldn't have done it if they hadn't listened, but,
right.
You know, there were two jokes like that, and, you know, one of them I thought was really funny. I didn't think I would, but they say they're going to take him out, and now I find myself saying, leave that one, which you never know what you're going to do, you know.
Which one was that? Was that the Seth Green? They say they're going to take out the Seth Green comment where Jeff Ross compared him to the shooter in, you know, in Colorado. I think they shouldn't take that out. I don't think it was disparaging to the victims of that thing. It was more disparaging to Seth Green and his movie career.
Well, yeah, you know, I guess they've had a few calls, and they're, but yeah, the whole reason you have a comedy channel and a comedy roast and that level of comics is to push the envelope and, you know, to try to go over the line. I mean, that proves we have a country of free speech. If you're going to go over the line, where is the line? You don't know till you go over it, and I kind of think it's important to keep that. But I was going to tell you the joke that I did think was funny, that I was mad about getting molested because I didn't get the candy.
Right,
I
right. Jeff
thought
did
that was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was brilliant, really.
Yeah, it's going the right way with it. I mean, of course, you know, Howard and Robin, we could tell jokes about anything. It's just how we say them, you know.
No, you're absolutely right. You know, I was saying, especially with this show, I've been in trouble many times because I don't even get the luxury of preparing my comments. Sometimes I'm talking off the cuff. Making people laugh is the hardest thing in the world.
You know what? But you're right, Howard, and it's like one of the most noble, too, especially in these tough times, you know, and that's why I wanted to do it, because I'm like, man, people need a laugh. I need a laugh, you know, and you know, of course, I just love jokes, and I love being around comedians, and I just love that level of thought and on-your-feet stuff, you know, Howard, that we do. It's awesome.
Roseanne, was there anybody there who tanked, in your opinion, who bombed, like didn't come off well making fun of you?
You know what? Nobody tanked. Everybody was real funny. There was, I thought, you know, of all the funny things that, I thought that the Wayne Brady, his joke was the one that most went over the line. And,
the Sam Kinison, you're fat, you're loud, and you died in the 90s, that thing, you had to overcome a lot to make it in Hollywood. That's why I love you. Bad marriages, mental illness, plus you look like Roseanne.
No, not that one. I thought those are kind of funny.
Right.
You know, there was just one that was like, ugh.
What do you say?
I can't remember because I have no memory because I smoke too much pot. But, you know, it was whatever where there was a cringe moment. But, you know, I just put my hands over my eyes on the cringe moments, and I only did that 3 times. And one was, of course, on the Colorado shooting one because, you know.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Although I think it should be there, and people, you know, they did get mad and like groan and stuff like that. But you know, you got to respect a brave comic that'll go out there. You know, look what happened to Gilbert.
Right.
We can't keep letting them take us down like that. You know, we have freedom of speech here.
Right. You're referring to Gilbert tweeted a tsunami joke after the Japanese tsunami. And he lost his
job,
he lost his gig and stuff. Yeah, it's a weird thing because you know people don't realize how hard it is to know that line. You know, and I told this story yesterday to Jeff Ross. I said I was on Letterman right after the OJ thing went on, and before any comedian made a joke, I went on there and made an OJ reference, a joke, and Letterman really kind of blasted me for it. And then 3 days later, he was making OJ jokes. It was suddenly okay. And that always struck me as like, well, someone's got to test the waters, right?
Yeah, and also I think psychically, you know, the one that tells the first joke is the one that kind of bursts the toxic bubble that we're, you know, it, like once we laugh at it,
right.
You know, we kind of heal it a little bit, I think, you know.
Yeah, it's a tough line. Did you recently apologize for some of your tweets?
You know what? I apologize that I used the wrong word to convey a thought. It's really hard on there because you only get 140 characters, and
right.
I used the wrong word. I realized after. I couldn't understand why people were so angry, so I reread it about 50 times, and I was like, well, what? And then it hit me that I had used the word deserves, and it's not at all what I meant.
You're talking about Chick-fil-A, right?
Yeah, I said anyone who eats hormone-infused, antibiotic-filled, factory farm chicken, you know, deserves the cancer they're going to get. And,
right.
You know, that was after like 50 or 100 million tweets going, you're un-American. You know, I just got too pissed, and I spit out deserves, where I shouldn't have used the word deserves. What I was trying to say is, hey, if you eat shit, you're going to get sick.
Right, and you know, to me, now I will probably end up following you on Twitter because that sounds like you're saying something interesting, but as soon as you say something interesting along those lines, you get crap, and then it kind of beats the crap out of you to the point that you don't Twitter, and then you don't say anything interesting, right?
Yeah, I take a break once the idiot factor, you know, reaches tipping point. I just walk away for a while.
And with the Chick-fil-A thing, you know, I can't believe how many people don't understand. This isn't a freedom of. No one's saying the guy from Chick-fil-A can't say what he wants to say.
Well, he's trying to spin the shit, you know, and say now that it's freedom of speech. It is certainly not about that.
That's right.
People in America, they can't friggin' name the shit. You know, they can't be accurate and name the shit anymore. And then people make sure that they can't.
No, yeah, it's subterfuge. The guy from Chick-fil-A, what I'm saying is because I believe people have a right to get married and gay people have to have a freedom should feel as good about themselves as anybody else. They're saying, hey, listen, why should we support Chick-fil-A if they're going to be like this?
Right.
I mean, the dopey guy should just keep his mouth shut and serve the stupid chicken. I mean, any good businessman knows that. Don't give your political views.
Yeah, especially when they're that extreme, and they include, like, deporting gays. I mean, it's not just about gay marriage. He says it is, but that guy, Mr. Cathy, he gave $5 million last year to these real extreme anti-gay things that say that, you know, that gays should be deported, among other things, and that, you know, pretty much hate speech setting them up to get, you know, attacked on the street.
Where does he suggest we deport them to? The moon? I mean, what, he doesn't have any gay
where's
people?
The gay state?
Here's what's the problem with a guy like that. He doesn't know any gay people. He doesn't have any gay relatives. He might even have a gay child.
Well, his name's Mr. Cathy. That's what cracks me up.
Yeah, Cathy. Well, maybe that's it. He's a little sensitive. Maybe he's trying to show how manly he is or something. I don't know. Now, are you still running for president?
Yeah, I'm still doing it, Howard.
And are you actually, like, in other words, when I go to vote, will I see the name Roseanne there?
Well, that's what it's really all about. The reason I'm doing it, Howard, is because it's about ballot access. Now, the party that I was elected, we're on the ballot in 14 states. The point is that a party, you know, other than this two-headed monster, this two-headed Republican monster, you know, there should be a third party that people have a real choice, not you know, two sides of the same coin. Like, okay, both Romney and Obama work for Wall Street. People should have a choice of a candidate who does not, and so you know that isn't even on the ballot in anything but 14 states.
What is the
that's
party?
Kind of what I'm trying to increase.
What is the party you're with?
Peace and freedom.
And in other words, your point is if I can get this peace and freedom third party on more, you get a certain amount of votes, and then automatically it gets added to the voting booth.
Right. Well, my point is that people should have a socialist choice in at least a conversation. It should at least be included in the conversation, since it is the thing that saved this country after the last time Wall Street fucked us.
If you so when you go into the voting booth, are you going to vote for yourself, or will you vote for Obama or Romney?
Well, you know, everybody has to ask themselves big moral questions, and you know, of course, I plan to vote for myself because I do think that I'm the only candidate who isn't bought and sold and full of shit. And but you know, it depends. You know, of course, even though I think they're basically the same, I think Obama's better than Romney. I think that he's 2% better.
Mm-hmm. What if you actually? What if something bizarre happened and you actually become president?
Then this country would be on its way to prosperity and peace and freedom. If I was president, believe me, there's no way that I know exactly how to fix every problem, and I know exactly how to do it, and I do it immediately, like they did it in Iceland. Read about Iceland, Howard. They kicked out the Fed, the Federal Reserve, and their economy is booming after 3 months because there's nobody there just stealing their damn money.
Well, I read that part of your platform is if you really do become president, you're going to drone attack Tom Arnold's house. What did you ask Willie Nelson to be your vice president?
I did, and he accepted.
He did, because the report I got was that he turned you down.
No. First he turned me down, and then he accepted. And I was so happy when he accepted my campaign and everything, and then like 1 hour later he withdrew. So
so you still don't have a running mate?
I want some of the shit he's smoking.
Yeah. Do you smoke a lot of weed? Because there were a lot of references that you smoke weed.
You know what, Howard? I have glaucoma.
Right.
And I have medical marijuana. In California, it's legal.
Do you really have glaucoma, or is that just sort of something you got your doctor to go along with?
Well, it was cured, but she's still treating
yeah, right. Well, she's treating it.
I'm almost all but blind in my left eye now, and you know, I probably have to have surgery and all kinds of crazy stuff. My eyes are, you know, nothing.
I didn't know that. I'm sorry to hear that. Are you baked like 24 hours a day? Is it that much pot use?
Oh no, I only I take about one drag in the morning, Howard. I don't do it in the afternoon or at night.
Why the morning? That gets you sort of...
I have to read a lot in the morning, you know.
So you're saying it really does alleviate the symptoms of glaucoma?
Yeah, you have a lot of pressure in your eyes, and it does relieve it, and you can see better. But also, I just found out I also have cataracts. Christ, now I'm talking about how goddamn old I am. But can you believe cataracts?
It's depressing, isn't it?
Oh, it's just so fucking depressing. I guess I needed a laugh, and you know, love being around people laughing. The audience was wonderful, and
yeah. And talk to me about the decision. Take me through this decision, because I had Tom Arnold on my show, I'd say about 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. And by the way, Tom did a really good job being on the show. He was witty, he was funny, he got people laughing. He was talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger and his time.
You know, I'm glad people like him and think he's funny now. When we were married, everybody was saying he wasn't funny.
You're right. You're right. And I was one of them.
Maybe we would have got along better if we hadn't had all that pressure constantly saying, you know, that he's not funny and all that shit, which I felt they were just coming after me anyway. But yeah, he is funny.
But did that influence you in your relationship with him? Like, when enough people keep saying he's just using Roseanne for her money, he's not funny, he's a user, he has no talent of his own, do you start to actually believe the people who are saying that?
No, I never believed it, because you know, he was, you know, I knew he was funny. I hired him to write for me. That's how we, you know, made a relationship. But you know, it did affect us. Like, you know, that kind of stuff does affect couples.
You're damn right it
does.
You
know, it made him feel real bad, and then he, you know, he would get mean about it, but he directed at me. So that's what ruined it.
Yeah, I've apologized to him.
Go tell them. He'd go, you call them and tell them I am funny, you know. And he'd be screaming until I did pick up the phone and go, hey, I want you to. And then he'd write down what I was supposed to say, or else, you know, he'd just be screaming like. So I go, I want you to know. And you know, part of me, of course, I wanted to defend him, but you know, it was just like that was what my marriage was like, walking on eggshells. Anytime anybody said anything, I knew that, you know, it was going to be an emotional price to pay. Like a lot of people who have unhappy, what do you call it? Spouses, you know, it makes your life fucking hell.
Yeah, you know, I never even stopped to consider that. Like all of the shitty thing, and I count myself among them, and I've apologized to Tom about this because. You know,
well, hey, I thank you because I'm damn glad I ain't married to that son of a bitch anymore.
Yeah, right. I know, but in a way, when you saw him at the roast, was there a part of you that still loved him?
I thought his head was fucking huge. I couldn't believe how big his head got.
Well, it seems like he's done some plastic surgery, right?
I have no idea. We haven't even talked in 19 years. I'll tell you, when he was coming on. You know, first we heard that he did not want to do it, right?
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, he was on my show, and I forget if we talked about it off the air or on the air.
No, it was on the air.
It was on the. He said something to me. If Roseanne asked me to do it, would you think I should do it? Was that it, Robin? How did it go down?
It somehow came up like that, and he was saying, "Well, I don't think she wants to see me. I would do it, but I don't think she." Is open to it.
Yeah, he asked my opinion. Yeah, go ahead, Gary.
Because TMZ had reported that they had asked him, and I remember him saying that he wasn't sure that he wanted to do it. He thought that it was bad for his mental health, that he was like in a good place, and he wasn't sure he wanted to stir all that up again.
Yeah, that's what it was. I think he was really nervous and sort of scared to sort of see you, and I don't blame him.
You know, but then he started calling. Then he gave a call over to Comedy Central, and he told them, you know, he would be happy. He would be very happy to do it if asked.
Yeah, well, I kind of said to him, I said, Tom, it will be the greatest showbiz moment to see you and Roseanne. I said, if you can get through it, and if you can, you know, go there with a good spirit, it will be phenomenal.
Well, you know, at first he said he would, like Willie Nelson. Then the next day he said he wouldn't. Then the next day his publicist said they wouldn't let him. I called him, you know, and I left a message on his phone, and I said, hey, you know, you have my personal guarantee that it's not going to get ugly. None of this roast is going to be ugly and filthy. You know, I at least, you know, I have control over that, and they're very gracious. And I give you my word that nothing, you know, to harm you or make you feel horrible or ruin your career or your life or anything like that's going to happen. And it's just a good opportunity for both of us to show the world that we've moved on, and this is a brand new day. And
but have you moved
my
on?
heart's in the right place, and I hope you'll show up and tell some jokes. Will be great.
Oh.
So then the next thing, people came in my, you know. But I want to say, you know, I thought it was a good enough roast without him, but I thought, well, everybody kept asking me, so why not give the fans what they want, right?
Well, your first reaction was, hey, I don't want him. He was the one guy you made a stipulation. I don't want him on the roast, right? That was your initial reaction.
No, I always thought, you know, that I would ask him.
Oh, you did?
You know, everybody wants to see that. So, I mean, my first thing is, you know, I want to entertain the audience. So you got to do what you got to do, right?
What do you think that is about performers? That you'll actually put your own mental health at risk just to please the audience?
I wasn't putting my mental health at risk at all.
Well, seeing him again might set you off in the sense that, like, you go, oh, what the fuck? You know, I'm done with this guy. I don't want to be a part of this guy anymore. But you know what? Fuck it. It's going to be great television. I'll put myself through it.
Well, I knew that. I knew that it wasn't going to, like. And I know I don't have any emotional investment in it whatsoever. So I knew it wasn't going to upset me unless, you know, he took off after me. But I knew he was smarter than that because, you know, I figured the first time when he said no, it's because he can't take the retort. And, you know, it's a harsh retort.
Right.
But, you know, he took it, so I thought that was brave. But afterwards, you know, I thanked him, and I said, well, onward and upward. Good luck to you in your life. And, you know, it's a good thing. Also, you know, all the shit going on in our country, all this hate, I sort of thought, hey, if I can have this moment and show it, you know, maybe I'll influence other people. Get past old shit, you know, even politically, countries, maybe there can, I say in my act, or when I followed him, I said, you know, I realize that if I could bury my roiling, boiling, ceaseless hatred for Tom Arnold, there could maybe be peace in the Middle East.
Yeah, no, I remember. I mean, it was such a vicious hatred in the sense that you even said, hey, he took millions of dollars of mine that I had in a box or something. I don't remember the exact story you told me. But, you know, you felt he had stolen from you. And so I guess my question was, gee, when you really go through something like that and you still kind of harbor those feelings and you finally just kind of wipe this guy out of your mind, you don't have to see him anymore, this, that, and the other thing, you kind of put that all aside to please the audience, and that's what's crazy about performers, myself included. There's sometimes I'll do stuff I don't even want to do, but I know it'll be great television or radio.
Yeah, you're right there. And, you know, comics and stuff, we'll do anything for a laugh. I mean, of course, we've all embarrassed ourselves at some point, but that's just part of it. We're open people and honest.
But Tom's very well off now. Do you think he should pay you back?
Yeah, I do.
Yep. Yeah, I know you do.
I sure do.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'm saying
that's my kid's money. He definitely should pay me back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like so, but somehow you put that aside, and even after the roast, it would have been awkward if you didn't go up to him and say anything. Yeah. So you walked over to him. He didn't walk over to you.
No, he went backstage, and I came backstage, and I just, you know, I said, I really, you know, think you were brave, and you really did great. Your jokes were good. You
Did
know,
he go to hug you?
Funny.
Did he hug you?
Well, that, you know, of course he did that, but that was on the stage.
I see. But when you were backstage, did he shake your hand or hug you?
No, but I patted him on the lapel there, and I said, onward and upward, Tom. Let's roll. Let's go.
There was a report that backstage he tried to steal your purse. Is that true?
No, I didn't have a purse.
You did not have a purse.
No.
You do not have
to bring it.
After he was done and he came off the stage, you know, I was like, oh, no, that was an awkward moment. And I just kind of held my hand up so he could kiss my hand like the Pope or something.
Right.
But he went for the full hug, and I was like, oh, God. That one I was a little scared of, but, you know, it was okay. There wasn't no dagger in his hand from my back or anything.
So when we watch the Roast of Roseanne Sunday night at 10 o'clock on Comedy Central, we're going to see Tom hugging you.
You know what you're going to see, though? You're going to fucking see so many funny comics, like, with great, great jokes. And, you know, Gilbert, he just put me away. Gilbert made me almost fall on the floor and pee my pants.
Yeah,
Gilbert is a great roaster.
Yeah,
he's a great comic.
Yeah.
He called you Rosella.
Everybody was funny.
He called you Rosella.
Rosella was the funniest damn thing I've ever heard in my life. I couldn't get my breath.
Did you wait?
You know who was really funny was that new girl, 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗍.
Amy is really funny.
She's terrific. In fact, she said of you, I was surprised you were running for president. I just thought a lot of people couldn't picture you like running.
There was a lot of those kind of jokes. But, you know, those are funny. I didn't at any time feel that, you know, it had gone below into the toilet level like I've seen it do before, you know.
Is it true that Sharon Stone was booked for the roast and then canceled?
Well, you know what? She's doing a movie, and they moved their movie schedule, so it wasn't, you know, she couldn't get out of the movie, so, you know, she apologized and all that stuff.
You believe she's actually doing a movie?
Well, that's what we were told.
I see. So there was
but that's what I was telling you, Howard. There are a lot, and it's often very...
She's loonier and shit. I would have had a great retort for her.
Yeah.
But Carrie Fisher was on there, and boy, was she funny.
Yeah, everyone seemed to do a good job. You know, everyone, from what I'm hearing about it and reading about it, it seems like it's going to be a good night.
But oftentimes, a lot of attractive women will back out.
Yeah. Well, why do attractive women back out? Because they think
they're afraid. They can't take it.
They can't take it. Yeah,
taking the retort is like the hardest thing on earth.
You're absolutely right, because Sharon Stone, who is known for her great beauty, you know people are going to take shots at her saying your beauty is faded, and they really don't have a sense of humor about it.
Well, Sharon can deliver a punchline, believe it or not, and I think she was very excited to be there. She was, but they just moved the schedule and she couldn't. So
is she a good friend of yours?
She's a good friend-ish.
Is it true that you and John Goodman have been signed to do another sitcom together?
Well, no. We did that pilot and they didn't like it.
Okay.
But, you know, I suppose we could do that again anytime we wanted to, but, you know, you have to question all that stuff. Plus, we're so damn old, but I'll tell you, the one we did, the one pilot, the week we worked together, it was just a blast. It's just a wonderful, wonderful, fun, great time.
When you talk about that menopause has killed your sex drive, are you joking, or are you saying that, like, you've completely dried up and you don't have sex with your man anymore?
Well, you know, I'll do it once in a while, but I do try to get out of it.
You do? Because why? Because it's just, in other words, you look at a guy now and it's like, oh, why bother?
You know, when you get old, you know, you'll find out. I guess they got Viagra for old men, which that should be illegal. But,
right.
You know, I mean, your body
it's not
changes,
fair.
yeah, and, you know, you're just kind of, Christ, you're too damn tired.
You dry up, right? I mean, in other words, it's hard to lubricate.
Jesus, Howard.
Come on, Roseanne. Let people know.
Well, you know, yes, that is part of it, but that's just a symptom of it. The real problem is that, you know, it's just, you know, your get up and go just gets up and goes.
Well, maybe you should just save yourself for sex. Stop doing all that other stuff.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, I know that's kind of what my boyfriend suggests.
Does your boyfriend say to you, look, Roseanne, I have needs, and, you know, try to do something. Blow me, do something for me. I mean, to just sort of dry up on him and not go anywhere with it. I mean, that is unfair to him, isn't it?
Well, I try to be a good girlfriend.
Right.
Christ, it's hard, you know. I don't know. I'd rather have pie and just like sleep and try to fix the goddamn world.
If Willie Nelson isn't your running mate, who is?
My running mate is Cindy Sheehan.
And what is she, an actress?
Cindy Sheehan, hon. Remember the woman who she lost her son Casey in Iraq, and she occupied George Bush down there in Crawford, Texas.
The Iraq War protester.
Yes.
Yeah, so she's your running mate. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so listen, I've got the whole story now. Let's review.
Okay.
We first want to say she showed America that she can get past things and reunited with Tom Arnold for television's sake. She did it. She sat like Jesus. She sacrificed herself for you, so you should want.
Actually, he had some great jokes, and he was real funny.
Yeah, well, that's. Did it bother you when he started to have real success? When he was in True Lies with Arnold Schwarzenegger, he was having a major career. Did it irk you in some way? Like, did you become, I don't want to say jealous, but just like, oh, I don't want to see him do well?
Not at all. No, I'm the one who, remember, I'm the one who, like, took all the shots so that he did get famous. And, you know, he just kind of turned into a monster at that point.
He did?
So, but I didn't begrudge the work I personally had done to get him to
How did he turn into a monster at that point?
Huh?
How did he turn into a monster at that point? Was he difficult to work with?
Oh, I don't know what he was like to work with, but he was impossible to be married to or live with.
Wow. And who has more money now? I would still think you have more money than Tom, but I don't know.
I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know how much. He's done 50 movies. I don't know.
Do you think he might have more money than you?
Probably. That's the way shit goes, isn't it?
Well, you have to think, though, he had a couple of other marriages where he didn't sign prenups, remember?
Oh,
Is
that's
that right?
Yeah. He might be cleaned out, too.
Well, I don't know. I do wish him well. You know, he told my boyfriend on the show, he said, whatever you do, stay with her. She's a horrible wife, but she makes an even worse ex-wife.
Right. Do you really wish him well? Seriously, if I gave you the power now to wish him well or to wish him ill, what would you wish him?
Of course, I wish everyone well.
You do?
Of course. Otherwise, you know, I'd have all that hate inside me, and I'd be a miserable old bitch, and I'm not.
Right. Did you always know that your TV daughter was gay? Was that a shock to you?
Who, Sarah?
Sarah, yeah. I know Sarah now. I've been on her show.
Yes, I always knew she was gay, because she liked Jodie Foster movies.
That's the sign, right? That's how you know.
I used to make fun of her. I'm like, come on. Jodie Foster, especially after Jodie Foster did that one movie where she played the that one where she couldn't even talk.
Nell.
Right, Nell, right.
Anybody who liked that movie, you know, they were definitely they were undecided on their sexuality and their humanity.
Why was no one from your former huge hit sitcom on the roast? Do they not like you? Do they not get along with you? Why was Sarah not there? Why? I mean, Tom, of course, was a writer there, but aside from Tom, Sandra Bernhard. I'm trying to think who else was on the show. Tom Goodman. Where the hell was he?
John Goodman.
John Goodman, not Tom.
Well, you know, they were all asked, and you know, people had other commitments, or or they're, you know what it is, Howard. You know this, I think. Okay. Everybody's got a publicist. Mm-hmm. And, you know, they're really Satan's hordes.
Yes.
They really do all. They're all like, you know, it's all just image. And
do you have a publicist?
Yeah, but he's not like they are.
Well,
and everybody's like, you can't do that because you won't look this and that. I mean, obviously, my publicist doesn't give a shit what I do.
Right.
But, I think they stop them and they say, oh, you're going to get up there and you're going to get called names. People, again, Howard, you know, you got to have a thick skin and, you know, a good sense of humor about yourself to take the retort. And a lot of people in Hollywood, as you know, Howard, they don't have a sense of humor about themselves, and they're like overly sensitive,
right,
big whining fucking babies.
Right. No, you make a good point. I mean, it's a hard thing to take. So, okay.
You don't want to put yourself out there to just be knocked when you're trying real hard to get a job, and that's the other part of it, too. And why I asked Comedy Central, could we not, like, have people walking away feeling slimed?
Right.
So, you know, they did a good job, and they let me bring in some new writers, and they got some new writers, and I noticed a few of them were women, and that's a big step up there for Comedy Central, and I was glad they did it. And I think they should continue looking at hiring more women writers.
Roseanne, should Romney have to release his tax returns?
Not only should he have to do that, yes, absolutely. He should give back every dime he stole from the American people. There'd be no problem in this country whatsoever. Everybody be living great.
And will you release your tax returns? I know there's a big call for no.
Hell no.
You won't do it.
Well, I mean, if I have to, I will. But I mean, I'm not stealing any federal money. And you know, Romney, you know, there's questions of that. But certainly, I've never even been within 5 feet of where they got all the money hidden over there in Washington.
You feel Romney stole from the American people?
I think he stole from God and the world. I think the guy's like the biggest friggin' thief that ever lived, and he's self-righteous about it on top of it.
Listen, Roseanne, you've said it all. You know you've said it all.
Mm-hmm. Not all.
You close to. All right, that's true. You got a little shy when it came to menopause and drying up.
Well, because I have grandsons, Howard.
Listen, they need to know about this. One day they're going to get old.
They're only 2 or 3.
They need to know about drying up.
When they were 5, my one grandson said to my boyfriend, he goes, why do you want to have sex with an old lady like my granny?
Yeah, that's nice. Way to throw you under the bus. Listen, it's great talking to you. Come see us when you're in New York.
Yeah, I really appreciate both of you. You're doing great, and thanks for having me.
All right, I love having you on.
Good to talk to you.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
All right, bye, Roseanne. That's Roseanne. I don't know if she's saying Roseanne Barr anymore. Maybe she went back to it. For a while, she wasn't Roseanne Barr.
Well, was she just a one-name person, Roseanne?
She went to. Remember when you went to Ophelia? That's where she got the idea. Yeah, go ahead. Roseanne Barr. Yeah, she's back.
She was Roseanne Barr.
All right, listen. For a while, it wasn't.
The TV show was Roseanne.
Yeah, I was thinking there was a time when Robin tried to change her name to Roseanne Quivers. Didn't fly.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
I'm Gary Dell'Abate, Baba Booey. And on Monday's wrap-up show, we talked about Warren Sapp, NFL legend. He came in here and he talked about a variety of things. He talked about what it's like to have sex and how he can't hold out that long. But then we talked about some football stuff, too. Had a great moment where he talked about what it's like to sack the quarterback. Anyway, here's what happened on the wrap-up show.
I want to start off with Warren Sapp. Gary, before he came in, I was talking about it's always great when Howard interviews a football player, a professional sports player, because he doesn't really follow it, yet you end up hearing more and learning more about the athlete than you ever knew before.
The thing that makes Howard great with athletes is because he doesn't know a lot about sports, there's no hero worship. So there's no, it's not, oh my God, Warren Sapp here. So Howard's like, oh, there's a football player here that people say is pretty good, and he seems very interesting. So there's none of that like, oh my God, I saw you when you were in Miami, I saw you in the Super Bowl. So all that shit goes out the window. So all the interviews you've heard Warren Sapp do, this one's already different.
Do you think Warren is an angry guy?
I thought that the interview was contentious in a funny way.
What do you mean?
I mean that there were times where Warren seemed irritated by Howard, but because Howard didn't seem to have his facts right, and I mean I never thought it was going to come to anything, but he was like he was sort of mixing it up with Howard, not taking any shit from him.
Yeah, and I thought that made him an interesting guest.
Absolutely.
But do you remember that draft when he was just plummeting in the NFL and eventually got picked by Tampa?
Vaguely. Who was the number one pick in that draft?
Oh God, I don't know. It was 95. I don't remember. Will, you should probably come down with that. But I do know. I know that's the year the Jets took Kyle Brady before Warren Sapp.
Yes, of course. But I do have a major.
John Carter. That's who it was.
I have a major connection with Warren. We were talking about today. He and I did Hollywood Squares together, and we spent the whole day together. And at the time, this had to be like 99, 2000 or something like that. And he gave me his cell phone number. He said, "I really want to do Howard Stern show." After we went to break, he got up and he said, "There's only two people I've ever wanted to be on this show. You and Letterman." And now I've done that. So he had given me his number, and I called him a bunch of times trying to get him on the show. It just never worked out.
I'm glad he came on today. Scott in Mississippi, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, John, how's it going?
Good, Scott. What's on your mind?
It's kind of. I'm glad Gary brought up the bounty scandal with the New Orleans Saints with him because, for a guy that says that he had a conspiracy theory on his draft pick, he sure does, and how people make up evidence. He sure didn't have a whole lot of opinion on that whenever he brought it up.
Well, I brought it up, and he said that he had a source that told him that J.R. 𝗵𝗵cie was a whistleblower. That was it. What's the conspiracy theory?
Well, the fact that the NFL hadn't brought out any evidence against the Saints, that's for like 200 pages that they claimed to have 5,000, and he just didn't have a whole lot of opinion on the bounty scandal in general. Just the fact that he had
we didn't ask him whether we thought it was wrong or right. He basically said, I think it's a bunch of bullshit. I don't need $1,000 isn't going to make me hit a guy any harder.
Which I thought was interesting. Like that is why are people offended by it? Was it the hit to injure somebody?
Yeah, right. In other words, you're giving somebody money if you can knock somebody out of a game. And even though football is an incredibly violent game, and even though people get hurt all the time, to say that you're going out there, I mean, I guess you could say, I'm going out there and I'm going to, play my best, but you can't say I'm going to go out there and,
so the bounty wasn't just for a tackle, allegedly. It was for an actual injury?
It could be for a variety. If you knock a guy out.
If you knock somebody out of the game, you get X amount of dollars.
If a guy limps off the field, whatever it is, that sort of thing.
But, yeah, Warren made it very clear. He was like, look, the money's nothing at that point because they're all doing very well in the NFL. And I thought with 𝗵𝗵cie, he said he had a source and that was it and kind of wanted to move off of that.
I will wonder, because Warren works for the NFL, right?
Right. Well,
he works for NFL Network now.
He was on NFL Network, and he's on a show on Showtime called Inside the NFL, which I believe the NFL controls pretty well too, right?
He's not on Inside the NFL anymore.
But I'm saying, when I brought it up, he said, I'm on the NFL Network. He goes, he said it when he was on the NFL Network, but he got thrown off the show he didn't say it on.
Right.
That's the show he got tossed off of. But I thought I thought there was a lot of very interesting insight into football today. He kept bringing up the point, like, I play for pleasure on Sunday. It's the other 6 days they pay me. He goes, I go out there, that's pleasure. And his description of what it's like to beat a tackle and get to the quarterback and put him down, I thought was amazing.
Did you think he was going to be a bigger guy? I guess you had met him before, though.
And I think when I met him, he was a bigger guy.
Yeah. Well, he said he came out of high school.
Down.
He was 225 in high school, and he was over 300 when he was playing pro.
Right.
I mean, but he said he's smaller, but he was fast, and that's really why he was such an exceptional.
Well, and he made the joke, which I don't think Howard got. He goes, I think I'm gonna. He goes, I feel like I'm a big guy with a safety.
Safety, yeah.
Did you guys understand what he said? What he was saying that was